Let's have a look at the two teams then. Birmingham named the side which earned them their first win of the season at West Brom a fortnight ago. Goalkeeper Mike Taylor and midfielder Damien Johnson were part of the Northern Ireland team which humbled England in midweek, and striker Mikael Forsell hit a hat-trick for Finland in their win over Macedonia. Matt Holland, Talal El Korkouri, Dean Kiley and Darren Ambrose all remain sidelined for Charlton, so Alan Kirbishley, in his 600th league game in charge, also fields an unchanged side. It features striking sensation Darren Bent, who's looking to add to his 4 goals in 3 games so far. So everyone ready at a damp St Andrews. Still raining here, but every prospect of a decent game. Birmingham desperate to secure a home win, and Charlton Athletic looking to continue their amazing start to the season. Should be a good one. Alongside me is Gary Burkins.
Well, two teams playing with confidence. Charlton 3 out of 3, and Birmingham, they won an away game against bitter rivals West Brom, so the confidence for both teams should be pretty high.
Early ball towards Darren Bent is dealt with by the Birmingham defence. That's Kenny Cunningham. Here's Taylor. Could do with a similar result to the one he enjoyed for Northern Ireland on Wednesday. Well, there's a man who is celebrating his 600th league game in charge of Charlton Athletic, Premiership's longest serving manager behind Sir Alex Ferguson, June 1991, when Alan Kirbishley together with Steve Gritt took over as boss. There's the early ball through towards Bent. It was dealt with by Birmingham City on that occasion, but they're going to have to watch that this afternoon, as he is in such form, and Forsell at the other end looking to get amongst the goals is caught offside.
Yeah, Heskey again, he's won his first 2 headers. It's important for him on the centre halves. Perry's not the biggest. Looks like Heskey has confidence there, just going in, wins the header again, gets in front, but just gets caught as he goes down there, Emil Heskey.
Murphy just jabs it out to Luke Young. Now Romadal with the first chance to perhaps use his pace. Lovely time tackle there though. Nice ball out of defence to Jermaine Pennant as well. Melchiot's gone down this right flank. Pennant's gone infield. Heskey still doesn't look as if he's ready yet. Melchiot was very right there, but play continues with Jerome Thomas for Charlton Athletic. Bent is to his left. This is Darren Bent now. And the flag has gone up on the far side to halt a promising Charlton break.
Well, the flag did go straight up there. I think it's unforgivable if he did run offside. He can see it all the way across the back line. Tremendous break here from Powell. Should have released it maybe then. Held on to it a little bit too long, and hence him being offside, Darren Bent.
Here's Pennant. That was just about got the measure of Pennant, though he is a real handful. It's well worked out of defence by Charlton.
It could be a key battle, Pennant and Powell. Young, exuberant right winger against the experience of Powell.
Here's Danny Murphy. It's a lovely ball, and Romadal's onto it. The early ball into the box, just about dealt with by Kenny Cunningham. There were 2 arriving, and the Republic of Ireland can't save Birmingham there.
That's terrific defending from Cunningham.
Here comes Charlton again. Danny Murphy is down. Taylor makes the diving save, and it was scraped away by Melchiot.
Well, that's how Charlton break. Mike Taylor get down well low to keep Charlton out. The previous one, a tremendous break from Romadal. So many players in that midfield, Charlton, who can make things happen.
Fantastic ball by Murphy as well, Gary. Well, Heskey is coming off, which is a bitter blow for Birmingham City. Less than 10 minutes have been played, and the man who scored twice in their last outing at the Hawthorns will play no further part. Walter Pandiani, Uruguayan international, is on.
Well, you lose the pace, the power of Heskey now. Pandiani hasn't got quite the same style of play as Heskey, as we know.
This is Jamie Clapham. Marcel is up, does get the flick on. Ball is edging towards the edge of the box. Mark Halsey was about to play advantage then, but then none accrued, and so the free kick will come back. That's good refereeing.
That is good refereeing. He had his eyes on both incidents there, saw the push on Forsell, but also saw Pandiani nearly in a good position, let it go and just pulled it back, rightly so.
Well, Steve Bruce, who was mightily relieved to get the 3 points a fortnight ago, was praising the way that Birmingham delivered the ball from out wide. And that's precisely what Pennant can do. It wasn't one of his better efforts.
Commentators curse, of course. But now they've lost the figure of Heskey, that imposing figure in there who is terrific in the air in those situations. Jarosic in there who can do similar things, but losing one of your main aggressors in those sort of areas in Heskey can be a problem.
This is Romadal. Just skip past the challenge. Smertin, good support from Chris Powell. Now Jerome Thomas. It's a lovely ball in, and it's that man again. It's Darren Bent to put Charlton ahead. He simply cannot stop scoring. It's 5 for the season. We've had a quarter of an hour, and Charlton are 1 up.
Well, I've got to ask a question mark about Mike Taylor here, I'm afraid. Yes, it was a good downward header. Yes, the ball in was good. But who's closing him down? Nobody. They allow him to get the ball in. And I think Taylor can come here. He doesn't come. He stays on his line. And it's a simple downward header. He's ghosted in. Powell does well. He drifts it in there in a decent area. And he gets in between two defenders. Darren Bent, which good strikers do. Here we see. But should Mike Taylor have come? Did he see enough of it to be able to come? He's rooted to the spot. I think if he comes, he puts Darren Bent off.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. And this man is red hot at the moment.
Well, when you consider Sean Bartlett was top scorer last season with 8, he's now got 5. He's only 3 behind him. And we're only the first part of the season gone at the moment.
Well, so the way he's going at the moment, Gary might be ahead of him by tonight.
It's always maybe difficult for defenders in the Premiership to see somebody like Darren Bent, who they've seen in the Championship. Has he got the quality to step up that level? And so far the answer is a resounding yes, he can.
Well, he was joint top scorer with West Brom's Jeff Horsfield this morning with 4, and he's already made it 5. Barclays Player of the Month for August. He's been in the last 3 England squads, although he's been unused, Darren Bent. You just wonder how long it'll be before Sven decides maybe to give him a run out. Probably not in the 2 qualifiers coming up, but there is a friendly against Argentina to look forward to as well. Here he is once more. And this time he's climbing all over Kenny Cunningham in his eagerness to get on the end of the ball again.
Well, as a lower league player, you dream about playing in the Premiership and what you'll do and achieve if you get there. It's Roy the Rovers stuff with this boy at the moment.
Oh, was that outside the box from Stefan Andersen? I think it was, and he could be in trouble for deliberate handball. Well, Mark Halsey is reaching for his pocket. Technically, it's a red card offence. It would be harsh, I think. Let's see how the referee interprets it.
Does he take the surface into consideration? I think he first touched it when it was in the box, but the wet pitch took him out there and couldn't let go. Is it common sense or not?
I think that's a victory for common sense, Gary, I'd have to say. The Birmingham fans are unhappy about that, but he was chasing a ball on a slithery pitch.
Here we go, he just... Oh, I'm not sure. I thought he touched it inside the box to start with. I think it was clearly outside the box, so maybe Birmingham are aggrieved. If he'd slid when he touched it in the box and went out with it, maybe so, but not so sure.
Well, they have the chance with a free kick from Pennant to maybe make the goalkeeper pay. He's still on the pitch, Anderson, but he's got to deal with a cross from Pennant. There it is. It's headed away by Young. And volley came in from Jarosic, and it was wide.
Disappointed with himself, but that's a difficult technique to perfect. It's coming over his shoulder there, Jarosic. Lovely ball in, half cleared by the defence, and he's just behind him. He's got to get over the top of it, couldn't quite do it. That's why it's gone high into the stand. Here we go. Does he touch it in the box and then go out? That's on the line. Maybe the benefit of the doubt.
I think it would be a shame if a player was sent off for that sort of what you might call a technical misdemeanor. It's not as if he's punched it away from an on-rushing striker who would have scored or anything like that.
And he wasn't in the centre of the goals either, in the centre of the 18-yard box. He's at one of the worst angles of the 18-yard box, so maybe nothing would have come from that. Good referee.
Full marks to Mark Halsey for that. I think, you don't want a game spoiled in that sort of manner. Well, here come Birmingham, buoyed by a sense of injustice perhaps. Mikael Forsell. Oh, there was hesitation there. Pennant, I think the ball had just crossed the line, but that wasn't clever defending by Charlton there.
Big hesitation as well, and now Heskey's off. You think they'd be a little bit more confident and comfortable with what they've got to face in front of them, Hreidarsson and Parry, but clearly no shout from anybody there. And it's only because it's a wet surface, it's skidded out at the far post.
A bit of lack of communication between two experienced defenders there. Chris Parry is in fact the player with the 20th most appearances in the Premiership, well over 300. There's Ben's flick, and here's a chance for Romadal to make it two, and it's just too high, but his pace was there and the finish didn't quite match it.
The finish was nowhere near the decent flick. He gambled well, he thought Bent was going to win it, which he did. He's onside, just a little nick over the top. That's a massive miss. That's gone wide, well high and wide. It's total lack of confidence and belief. That kills the game.
Absolutely, it was a bad miss from a man who's scored goals this season, not least for Denmark against England in that 4-1 defeat in Copenhagen.
I think, well, it was with Mike Taylor came well off his line to give him the encouragement just to dink it over the top of him, but he couldn't even hit the target. He was under no pressure at all.
Well, how much will Charlton be ruining that missed opportunity to give them a second goal?
It's a strange, he's an enigma, Romadal. He always seems to do well for his country, but you put him on the Premiership surface and he just seems to underachieve a little bit. Clearly a world quality player, and we saw his pace was frightening to get him beyond there, but
yeah, he's played in the World Cup, he's played in the European Championships and been successful.
He's one of those players you love to see when he picks the ball up and runs at people, because he frightens defenders to death.
He's only managed 3 goals for Charlton. All of them have come away from home, and it should have been 4 really, and I'm sure Alan Kerbishley is ruining that missed opportunity, although he's probably grateful that he still has 10 men on the field, because I'd imagine he was probably with his heart in his mouth a little bit with that Stefan Anderson handball incident. Here come Charlton again though, heading at the moment towards a 4th straight win. It's a poor ball out of defence. Darren Bent wins it momentarily. Thomas tries to poke it back, but that's good by Pandiani. And now Pennant through midfield for Birmingham. It's a great run. The ball has been given to Murphy, but the Birmingham midfielder was pushed.
Well, he was, but I think Mike Halsey missed one by Mario Melchior just before that. He was about to blow the whistle, changed his mind, and Mervyn Day on the touchline wasn't impressed. See a direct run again by Pennant. He's so good at that. Just gets a little nudge in the back at the end.
Well, this time, the Jarosic to take the free kick. Not very well. Straight at the wall.
Well, that is a long way out to have a go from there for Jarosic. Clearly confident.
The ball has dropped at the feet of Mikael Forsell. Along the edge of the 18-yard box, gets the shot in. It's a decent effort.
Right. Terrific to see him back in action after all his injury problems, and that's what he does so well. There he is, he's aware, good first touch, jinks past 2, was leaning back a little bit of pressure on him, but when he does that, you cannot afford to back off. You have to go and close him down.
Pandiani to Pennant. Decent ball in by Pandiani. Forsell caught it on his face. Pandiani tries again, and it just bounces wide of the post. Worth a try.
Well, that's what Pandiani can do. His lovely first touch. plays a ball into Fussell and he follows it. It's the important thing. No, he plays it in there. Fussell does well. Gets in again, takes it early and nearly catches Anderson out. Lovely touch. It hits the target there in the far corner. May just creep in. Others will say Anderson had it covered.
Well, that's why they like him here. Rumbustious all-action style about him. Yet to get on the score sheet this season, Pandiani. Although he did get a goal in the final game of last season against Arsenal, which was his 50th goal in European football. He's a former Deportivo La Coruña player who has played in the Champions League semi-final. Here's Jarosic leaving it for Johnson. Jarosic this time, Forsell back to goal. It's cleverly worked. In the end, it's backtracking by Perry, but there are problems now for Charlton. Eventually, it's put away to safety.
Good persistence from Jarosic again. Charlton don't need to take any chances.
So Birmingham still trailing by a goal to nil. We'll look to keep the pressure on. Jamie Clapham looking to throw in. It's gone away for a corner kick.
I'm sure Jermaine Pennant will whip this in with pace again. Ask questions of Anderson. Difficult for goalkeepers on afternoons like this when it's been saturated, the pitch all wet through.
Danish keeper trying to organise his rear guard. Pennant's in, swinger is deep, it's headed away. Johnson chips it in again, good header away by Haridason.
Yeah, they closed the ball well there, Charlton.
That will be a goal kick this time. What does he make of this? 2 home games, 2 defeats before today, and a goal down with half an hour played.
Well, he's probably thinking we got that win at West Brom to lift the spirits, but we've also lost our main target man, our main striker, after 10 or so minutes of the game. It's been difficult to come to terms with that for his team and his setup. He's the sort of manager, Steve Bruce, who will go in at half-time and reorganise things, I'm sure.
He's already been forced to use one substitute. Chris Powell, meanwhile, restarts, trying to release Jerome Thomas. Melchiot tussling with him.
What Steve Bruce will try and address at half-time is the dominance of the Charlton midfield. Johnson, Jarosic have struggled to get in the game. Nicky Butt, we know, is the holding player. Pennant's the outlet. He's the one at the moment who will cause the problems, but they're overloaded in midfield. 5 Charlton midfielders, and they're doing a very good job.
It's the one we haven't really mentioned or talked about, Gary, is that man there, Radostin Kishishev, who just does all the dirty work, it seems.
Well, they never get mentioned, do they? But just the water carriers, as everybody called them, are so important to every team. You remember the great French team had Deschamps, and Zidane always praised him for what he did in that team, and they're vital in that system that you have somebody like that.
There's a chance for Pandiani! And it was a wonderful save by Stefan Anderson, and it needed to be from a ferocious strike.
Well, this is why they love Pandiani. The little touch there, brilliant skill, takes it early, nearly catches Anderson out, and he could take no chances. Lovely ability this. He's dipping, and Anderson might not have gone in, but he couldn't take the chance. Wonderful skill from Pandiani.
Well, still some work to do, possibly for the Charlton keeper. There's the header down. Oh, and it's come off the defender. It was Upson, I think, who got the header in, and it was blocked in the box. Meanwhile, Charlton have it with Danny Murphy. Chris Powell looking to go around the outside. He's won a corner off Melchiot.
Well, there's a big shout for a penalty. I think it was against Powell. Was it a penalty? It's a lovely downward header. We see it. And I think that's an arm coming up there. Mike Olsey said it was chest. I looked at him straight away. There looked to be an arm on it there.
Well, it's another contentious issue. At the moment, rather than enjoying a penalty, Birmingham must defend a corner. Murphy's delivery. Taylor claims.
Playing it very well as well, Taylor there. You wonder whether he should have done that with the goal.
Sliced by the keeper. Pennants want to throw in on halfway off Kishishev. Melchiot's throw eludes Haraderson. Perry clears. Was that beyond the goal line? It certainly was. It'll be a corner to Birmingham City.
One thing Steve Bruce might say at half-time is, look at Perry, look at Haraderson. They don't look comfortable. They don't look confident back there. Put them under a little bit of pressure.
Well, there are other options waiting. El Karkouri, we gather, is close to fitness. Gonzalo Sorondo has been signed from Palace. Here's the Pennant corner. Just whacked away. Bent it was, helping the defence. Here's Thomas looking to use his pace. He shoved Johnson over, otherwise he would have been in the clear.
Well, was that 6 and 2 threes? They were both at it there. Goalsy decides it was a foul.
Free kick was quickly taken and quickly wasted, but Birmingham have it back now with Melchiot. There's no one in the box for him at the moment. Jarosic, Pennant, not offside. Deep cross, Pandiani's going to have to backtrack.
You just made a good point there about nobody in the box when Melchiot was there. They were looking for Heskey, they know he's not there now.
Chris Perry clears, upfield for Charlton.
Started to get a little bit sloppy in the last 5 or so minutes, Charlton. Taking too many chances for my liking just before half-time.
Melchiot's given it away. Yeah, you made the point earlier about Powell and Haraderson.
Oh, was it a penalty against this man? Downward header. Does the arm come up there? That for me is a penalty. That has to be a penalty. He's got a decent view, but Forsell's in front of him there. Is it that stopped him giving it?
This is Chris Powell. Riderson up to Smertin again. Pennant's there. Pandiani's there. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Birmingham looking to get back on terms. Clapham finds Forsell. Jarosic with a nice little turn inside, but he's run into trouble, and it's real trouble because Romadal is sprinting forward and Darren Bent is up ahead of him. It's Romadal all the way. Well, once again, the finish was woeful.
Well, this is the Premiership Romadal, not the international Romadal. His pace frightens people to death. They lose possession again cheaply. Look at the space. Darren Bent starts, he should have stayed out there, dragged defenders out. He's gone back out and he's closed it up again. In the end, he's got no space to run into, Romadal. His end product just wasn't good enough.
Score against Middlesbrough in the 3-0 win at the Riverside, Romadal, but doesn't look like scoring today. He's wasted one really good chance. Danny Murphy. This is Herman Haraderson. Melchiot's drifting infield from the right-hand side. Jarosic plays a long ball up towards Forsell. He's desperate to keep the ball in, but did so brilliantly. Here's Pennant. Might aim for Pandiani. Oh, across the face of goal. Anderson managed to claw it away. A little bit of confusion as Murphy ran across him, but the keeper's just about got it away to safety.
His four-legged dive put everybody off there, but Pandiani wasn't happy with Jermaine Pennant. Thought he should have had the ball played to feet.
Birmingham looking to keep up the momentum, not able to do so.
Just starting to get a foothold in the game now. What they've got to do is get early possession up to the strikers, Forsell and Pandiani, give them some sort of chance and to turn and go at people, because every time they've got possession in and around the box, Forsell and Pandiani, they've caused a problem.
Look down. Look down. All right, go and get it again, Chris. In you go, Chris, in you go. Paul.
Powell intercepted by Melchior. Ball's gone out of play.
I don't think Birmingham will take out the first half. They could have been out of it had Rombadal scored. They're not. They're still in this game.
Well, that is half-time. There are boos from the Birmingham fans because Darren Bent's 5th goal of the season, a header after 15 minutes, has given Charlton Athletic the interval lead at St Andrews. And this man was at the centre of a controversial incident. Should he have been sent off for a handball outside the box? He stayed on. He made a vital save from Walter Pandiani. Mark Halsey deciding that that was not handball against the keeper, and Chris Powell could have been penalised for a handball as well. So Birmingham may feel they should have had a penalty and a red card against their opposition, but all they have at half-time is another blank score sheet and a mountain to climb. At the interval at St Andrews, it's Birmingham City 0, Charlton Athletic 1. So can Charlton Athletic make it 4 wins out of 4 and extend their best ever start to a Premiership season, or will Birmingham City get back into this game? The substitute Julian Gray is on for Birmingham. Off has gone Mario Melchior. Damien Johnson, we think, will switch to right back, and there's an early corner.
Oh, Ryderson livid with Mike Halsey there. Thought he was pushed, trying to run the ball out of play. And he'll be even more unhappy if anything results from this corner.
Pennant takes the corner. Perry with the header away. Straight back to Jermaine Pennant. Decent looking cross. Well dealt with by Charlton. Pandiani is there. Leaves it for Clapham. This is Gray's first touch. The second half sub. And Jarosic. Cross to Johnson. It's a nice ball. Julian Gray looking for an immediate impact. Punched away by Anderson. Good start by Birmingham though.
Does well there, Anderson, but this change at half-time, no surprise, because Melchior for me in the first half did nothing at all. He didn't stop the cross for the goal. He just looked sloppy in his playing. Gray coming on gives them greater balance. Now a Pennant on the right-hand side, Gray on the left-hand side, the 2 central midfield players, Nicky Butt and Jarosic. A lot better shape.
Well, the early promise has just subsided, and Charlton will take a breather and take a throw in. Again, the hero of the first half with the header. Rummy hopefully forward. Perry's there ahead of Forsell. Another messy start to the second half. Here's Alexis Smertin. It's a lovely ball with the outside of the right foot. Jerome Thomas is the man out wide. Smertin again.
Always support for the man on the ball with Charlton. Availability is always there from all the midfield.
Smertin trying to get it through to Powell. Still the attack is on. It's Jerome Thomas, but he's muscled out by the corner flag.
He'll be a little bit too clever there. He'd done the hard work. He'd confused Kenny Cunningham.
This is Kishishev in towards Bent. Header was away by Upson. Ryderson forward. Thomas again. Bent is the only man in the box at the moment. Romadal. Play is switched across to the right-hand side. Luke Young to Dennis Romadal. There's the 1-2. Young with the low ball in.
Lovely build-up play from Charlton there. Patience personified. Kept possession.
It's a good ball through midfield by Jarosic for Pandiani. Gray getting the better of Young for pace. Early ball into Forsell. Great tackle by Ryderson. Still there's a chance perhaps for Pandiani. More good defending this time from Chris Powell.
Well, Jermaine Pennant went down on his knees there. He thought he should have had that ball at his feet, and he was probably right.
Danny Murphy went for the straight down the middle option with Thomas out wide. Bent couldn't reach it. Julian Gray. Clapham's in Some space down the left. Gray's continued his run and wasn't picked up. There's the ball in by Gray. Forsell's header! Just wide. The Birmingham fans on this side of the ground thought it was in, but it was the wrong side of the post.
But again, it's Julian Gray, the introduction of the wide man by Steve Bruce at half-time. He's paying dividends. He goes for the return ball here. It's one thing in his mind, put it in the area somebody can attack. Purcell does just that. You think it sneaked in, but just wide. Terrific play by Gray. Just looks up, puts it in the right area, attacked by Purcell, downward header. That just sneaks wide.
Liani just about finds Forsell. Gray's made a good run. This is Mikael Forsell. Julian Gray with the chip in. Oh, it was an acrobatic effort. It might drop for Nicky Butt. Jarosic under hit, might get a second chance. Gray can't control it. Goalkeeper's come and hasn't claimed.
Yeah, he thought about it. Anderson realised it had gone just a little bit too far. Good defending by Haridason at the far post. It's better from Birmingham.
Haridasson's needed to be solid on a couple of occasions, and he will do again. There's Pennant, arrows in the corner. Up went Upson. Julian Gray. Header in the end was by Jarosic, and it was easy in the end for Stefan Anderson to catch.
He's got to lift them here. Decent flight ball there. Comes out. Intelligent header back in. Just couldn't get down with power on it. Comfortable for the keeper.
Liani's done well there. Jarosic. It's all Birmingham at the moment. It's Jiri Jarosic coming forward. The shot deflects off Chris Perry. It's an ambitious effort, but he's won himself a corner.
He has, and the crowd are lifted by this. I think the changing system from Charlton has suited Birmingham. Charlton have gone like for like, the 4-4-2, trying to nullify the threat of Gray. It's encouraged Birmingham forward a little bit more.
Hour gone then. Pennant's corner. Oof, there's a header again. It's Nicky Butt who's powered it just over the bar.
Well, they're getting closer and closer again. The ball by Pennant flighted well. He rises well, just couldn't get it down on target. Two men on the post were there, well positioned, if that had happened.
Well, he's managed one goal for Birmingham already this season, which equals his tally for Newcastle in the whole of last season. But not to be on that occasion for Nicky Butt. Certainly signs here at St Andrews that Birmingham have good opportunity to get back into this game.
He'll be a little bit happier, Steve Bruce, with the way it's materialised second half. Good substitution, bringing Gray on at half-time for Melchior. Positive substitution.
Here's Pennant. Forsell. Strong tackle by Perry, though. Julian Gray forward for Birmingham. Chris Perry's the defender for Charlton. Chip ahead is by Powell.
What Birmingham couldn't do in the first half was match the midfield of Charlton, and now that it's equal terms in there, 4-on-4, Charlton cannot get on the ball.
Nice ball by Johnson for Pennant. Early ball into the box. It was a despairing diving header from Chris Perry that took the ball away from danger.
It's intelligent defending. He saw the threat. He went to the near post knowing that's what Pennant was going to do. See the little run by Pennant. Doesn't look up, just puts it in the right area, and Perry knows that's where it's going. Defends accordingly.
Corner is nodded away by Luke Young. It's out with Pennant again on that far side. Clever cut in field. Anderson's there, he's dropped it, but he dropped it under unfair pressure, says Mark Halsey, and Charlton have a free kick.
Yeah, you know you can't go anywhere near a keeper when a referee's concerned. He'll give that. Probably 10 out of 10, the ball's floated in, Anderson comes for it.
Birmingham come again. Kenny Cunningham. Haridason with a too good header there, and Forsell challenging with Perry has forced the Charlton defender to concede the corner. 3/4 of the game has elapsed. Pennant's corner. Cleared. Bent just teases it towards Kishishev, in by Cunningham. Was there a foot up there? No, says the referee. Gray trying to release Forsell. A rather messy passage of play concludes with a Charlton Athletic goal kick.
He want Gray to be playing out on the left-hand side. When he came on at half-time, he was causing all sorts of problems by getting in a wide area. And he suddenly stopped doing it.
Away by Upson. Looks like it'll bounce out for a Birmingham throw. Upson's got it forward. Forsell is chasing. The goalkeeper's come but not claimed. I think the goalkeeper was in two minds there, and in the end he was in the right position to repel the shot.
Well, it's a long ball that caught Charlton out. He's onside there. The keeper stands big here. That's the important thing. Keeps his eye on the ball.
Maybe I'm being a little harsh on him. There's a corner though. Here it comes in. Liani has diverted it back to Pennant again. Early ball in. There's the flick by Jarosic. Here he is again, the Czech Republic midfielder. Now Pennant. It's a decent delivery again. Again, Charlton stand firm. Here's Johnson. That's a lovely header by Pandiani, and it's flashed just wide.
Well, you just wonder how long Charlton can keep them out. The wave of blue keep coming forward. Delivery again, spot on. Attacked well by Pandiani, just slightly behind him. A good header, just couldn't get it on target. This is difficult for Pandiani. It's just behind him. He has to get those neck muscles flexed. And that nearly creeps in.
That would have been a terrific goal. He is good in the air. His first goal for Birmingham was a header against Southampton. Free kick to Charlton. Pushing by Upson there. Can't think of anything really this half which has troubled Mike Taylor in the Birmingham City goal. Here's Murphy. He got sensibly lets the ball roll through.
They're giving away possession a little bit more than they did in the first half. Well, they hardly gave it away, Charlton, in the first half, to be fair to them. It's gone very narrow for them. The outlets have disappeared now. Romadal's gone and Thomas has gone.
Damien Johnson. Kenny Cunningham. Powers in the way there. Clapham hoists it upfield. Ryderson gets the clearing header. Kishishev's lost it. Now Pennant tried to drift it in towards Nicky Butt. Didn't find him though.
Kishishev shouldn't give possession away there. It's so dangerous. No need for it.
Chase. Cunningham will give it away to Danny Murphy, and there's a real break on for Charlton Athletic. Bent is there, there's a man over on the far side. It's Brian Hughes, and his shot is deflected over the top.
Such intelligent play by Danny Murphy there. Bent tried to drag the defenders away. Danny Murphy gambles there. Bit of sloppy play again. Look at the run of Hughes. He waits, just commits everybody. The first touch is not particularly good. Then he leans back. No conviction there.
Brian Hughes actually scored the Birmingham goal the last time they beat Charlton here at St Andrews. Danny Murphy with the corner. Mike Taylor. There's not a lot to do. Dealt with that one very well.
This is the problem there. He come and claimed it from the corner, but everybody was back and there was nobody to put it upfield to. It knocks me a little bit when I see everybody back in the box. It goes out, you defend it, you've still got 10 outfield players in the box. It's just going to keep coming back at you all the time.
Pennett's on the left now and has found Jamie Clapham. Clapham's ball in towards Forsell. Just too high.
That's the sort of delivery Forsell thrives on. forward, maybe for the first time, whips it into a good area, allows him to attack it, but good defending by Powell, just nudged him, put him off.
I think certainly Perry and Haridason look a bit more organised in this second half than they were in the first. At the heart of that Charlton press, they've been able to keep Birmingham at bay.
They have. I think once Heskey went off, that physical threat of Heskey, they looked a little bit more comfortable with everything.
They are hanging on. Slender one-goal lead in the face of not relentless, but considerable pressure. There's Pennant's ball in. Gray climbed. Volley on the edge of the boxes by Pandiani. He was off balance when he hit it, and it went well wide.
Well, he's going for total glory there, isn't he? Headline material, that, if it goes in. Defended well again, he's leaning backwards. Body shape's all wrong, and it's awful in the end.
Not quite like the 1-2 guy got that Ewood Park the other week against Fulham. Blackburn.
Haven't seen many of those this season.
With your head up!
Bartlett header. Hughes forward again. Pennant.
And Charlton lose possession.
It's back on the right now. Not a good ball, but not a good clearance either. Birmingham still have it. Damien Johnson.
Defenders try and look clever at times. Haridason previous tried to control it, whereas Perry put that out, saw the danger.
Johnson's ball in. Some more solid effort by Haridason.
That's what he's there to do. Mike Caffer again used to say, centre-halves, head it and kick it. Anything else you get from it is a bonus.
Oh, and Jamie Clapham was fortunate then. For a moment, it looks as if he might have presented Sean Bartley with a glimpse of goal.
Don't take chances on a saturated pitch. What's he trying to do there? He's a bit sloppy. Is it handball? Maybe it is handball. That's what Bartlett's shouting for.
We're going to have a substitution for Birmingham City. Jiri Jarosic is coming off, and Muzzy Izzet is on as a substitute. Missed so much of last season through injury, Muzzy Izzet.
Nice to see him back. I saw a lot of him when he was at Leicester, when he was the goal-scoring midfield player for them.
Here's Forsell coming forward, but the whistle has blown, and it's a free kick to Birmingham in a dangerous position.
Again, Forsell's physical presence causing problems for Haridason.
Well, there are plenty of players in the Birmingham side who can do something from here, not least Jermaine Pennant. Looks like he's taken command of the situation. Butts just drifting into the 6-yard box to perhaps obscure the keeper's vision.
Well, he's got to get it from this position up and over and dip him pretty quickly, because it's very close to the edge of the 18-yard box. Difficult skill.
So it's Jermaine Pennant to try and get Birmingham City level with 14 minutes left. Oh, just too high. It was well struck, and no more than 6 inches off the target.
Well, 6 inches matters, and we see here it's a decent effort. Keeper's got it covered, but that's how difficult it is from this position to get it up, over and dipping. And that's why David Beckham's one of the best in the world.
Sometimes I wonder whether it might have been better if the free kick had been 2 yards further back.
Definitely.
It would be easy, you've got more time and space. Here's Bartlett. Darren Bent will continue to chase. Will his goal, 14th minute header, give Charlton Athletic a 4th successive win? At the moment, it separates the sides, and for all Birmingham's pressure, continues to do so.
You love it as a striker if you get the only goal in a 1-0 win.
There's plenty of time left for Birmingham. Here's Gray up to Forsell.
Problem there was bodies didn't break forward quickly enough to help out.
Fisher Sheff has lost sight of the ball. Nicky Butters rolled it out to Jamie Clapham. Going backwards at the moment, Birmingham. All the way to Mike Taylor. This is Kenny Cunningham. Johnson forward. Forsell with the cushion header in towards Izzet. This is Pennant. Johnson on the overlap. Forsell! Oh, it was a good ball in again. He's not happy with the finish.
Well, what he's done well there, he's just stepped back half a yard. His run initially is to get in there. We see Jermaine Pennant again is the deliverer. He goes in and all of a sudden he sees that space, just checks out, just leaning back a little bit too much to get the purchase he desires on it.
This is Bent. Looking to take on Clapham round the outside. Corner kick.
Maybe I put it wrong there. Don't know what they're doing with the system's probably wrong, but not comfortable with the system they're playing at the moment compared with the one they were before, Charlton.
Danny Murphy is loitering towards the ball. He's in no great hurry to take this corner kick. And again, Heridason has made the journey up from defence to try and get a vital touch. It's loose in the box, it's Heridason! Oh, it's deflected just over. That would have absolutely nailed it shut for Charlton. And Heridason, who scored for Iceland against Bulgaria in midweek, almost had 2 in 2 games.
Well, we see it just bounces lucky for him here. Just next down, but look at Nicky Butt, just gets that vital block that takes it over the bar. Gets his look here, but Butt goes to close it down and gets the vital touch, and it is a vital touch.
Julian Gray. Smarting with a rather unconventional clearance, but does ease the pressure. Jamie Clapham wants the fans to give him the ball quick so he can get it back into play. Matthew Upson. Bendiani beaten in the air by Hughes. Oh, and there's a slip, and here's a chance for Bent to wrap it up. Backtracking is Upson. It's Darren Bent. Is he going to go all the way? He overran it, and it was just tidied up by Damien Johnson. Julian Gray. Path to goal is blocked by Young. Here's Izzet. Nicky Butt. Julian Gray with the ball in. Perry with the faintest of flicks. Forsell trying to get on the end of that ball in. Pandiani too. Clever ball by Johnson out to Pennant. Early ball in is deflected away by Sean Bartlett. By Hughes.
Heroic defending at the back there for Charlton.
There might need to be a bit more now as Pennant gets the ball in. It is heroic again from Chris and Perry.
Well, Birmingham have thrown everything they possibly can at Charlton this second half, and Perry getting a pat on the head there from Heridason, and rightly so. Defended a couple of nasty situations well at the near post for Charlton this second half.
Yet more defending to be done. Upson's head was there, Kishishev away. There'll be 2 minutes of stoppage time. I think I can guess which half of the field most of it will be involved in. That's gone Birmingham's way.
Yeah, you didn't need to do that, Smertin. Is he going to be made to pay for that? Needless free kick. Good cover there, Luke Young.
45 minutes are up at St Andrews. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Charlton are trying to use up some of that time by making a substitution. It won't happen yet. Pennant's ball in. Clapham. Curls the cross back in. Up they go once more. Here's a real chance for Forsell. And more heroic defending has denied him a shot at goal. Finally the corner comes in. There's the header from Matthew Upson. and it's just too high.
Well, he attacks it well yet again, Matthew Upson. The quality is good yet again from Pennant. And again, he just cannot get the quality to get it down under the crossbar. Attacks it well, but again, just put off there. Just knocked off balance as he goes to head it.
Well, was that the last chance? Pandiani is on. He's the man with no number. Flick on for Charlton. They'll be happy with the ball at this end of the field, but Birmingham in increasing desperation get it forward. Ryerson away. Nicky Butt finds Jermaine Pennant. Misplaced pass forces Johnson backwards. Well, it was ungainly, but it was necessary.
And it was effective.
Yeah. Jamie Clapham. Final seconds. Oh, Murphy can't control. Upson out to Johnson. Last throw of the dice, surely. Ball into the box. Nicky Butt with an acrobatic effort which never had any power. And what a grateful goalkeeper Stefan Andersson is to just fall down on that one.
I think Nicky Butt just trying to get it back in the danger area, make something happen, try and create a mistake by the defence.
We've had a minute over the 2 that were originally added on.
Let it get big team. Let it get done.
I hope the Birmingham fans don't get on Steve Bruce's back, because it's been a spirited performance this second half. He'll get it right.
Danny Murphy. Dispossessed. Is there time for Birmingham to launch it one last time? No. The game is over, and Charlton Athletic have made it 4 wins out of 4 in an astonishing start to the season. And it's Darren Bent who's done it again for them. His 5th goal in 4 games. A header after a quarter of an hour. Steve Bruce changed it around in the second half for Birmingham City. But Alan Kirbishley's men, on his 600th appearance in the league as manager, did him proud in the second half with some heroic defending. He'll be the man who grabs the headlines once again. But it was a terrific rearguard action by the Charlton players under almost constant pressure in the second half. Birmingham City have now lost 3 out of 3 at St Andrews, but those fans are witnessing the club's best ever start to the Premiership, getting even better. It's 4 wins out of 4 for Charlton, and the wonderful start to their season continues. At St Andrews, it finished Birmingham City 0, Alan Kirbishley and Charlton Athletic 1.
Well, Luke, after the week you had with England, it must be nice to finish it on a high.
Yeah, definitely. We come here today feeling that we could get all 3 points. We had to dig in today. We got the goal quite early, and then the second half it was a really big effort from the lads. A lot of crosses going in. We defended really well.
Well, Alan, first of all, congratulations on 600 league games in charge of Charlton. I'd imagine this current run must rank among some of the highlights for you.
Well, let's enjoy it, eh? I think I was surprised when I announced it, because I wasn't too sure. I mean, I've had a few, but no, it's nice, especially to do it here as well. And winning as well, so it's a fantastic day.
We feel a bit hard done by. First half, Charlton played very well, I thought, and caused us a few problems. You can see their confidence is oozing. You know, they've won 3 on the belt coming to us. You could see that in the first half. But I thought the longer the game went, the more we got to grip with it. And we're disappointed, because we know if we play like that, like we did, then we'll pick up a few points, that's for sure.
You changed it around at half-time tactically, withdrawing Mario Melchiot and bringing on Julian Gray, and it seemed to have an effect.
No, I have to say that's not tactically. Mario's got a knock on his knee, so it was a forced change. But I thought Julian Gray did excellently in the second half. I mean, he gave us a cutting edge from the moment we introduced him, which was great to see on our behalf, because he did give us something else. He's got wide and put the crosses in. Unfortunately, we've lost Big Heskey after 2-3 minutes with an ankle injury, so it wasn't our day, you know, accumulating in the penalty one. You know, I think for me he's possibly the best referee around, but he's made a mistake today.
We look forward to next week. It's a big game for everybody, and Chelsea coming to the Valley, be cracking atmosphere, and we'll see what happens.
So Charlton beat Birmingham by 1-0 at St Andrews. Next, over on Sky.